So we can do the chanting right off, and then obviously meditations, and then continue our Dharma talk, answering the questions on mainly cause and effect, the law of karma. Namo Tassa Bhagavato ArahatoSammaSambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato ArahatoSammaSambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato ArahatoSammaSambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas, may I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas, may I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas, may I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas, may I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May they be free from suffering and its causes. May they never be parted from their happiness beyond suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment to the near, and aversion from the far. I shall cause this. Great compassionate Buddha, please inspire me to be able to do so. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every types of offerings, actual and mentally transformed. I confess all of my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in all of the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for all sentient beings. I dedicate the virtues of myself and others to the great enlightenment. However innumerable all sentient beings are, I vow to save them all. However inexhaustible my delusions are, I vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Dharma teachings are, I vow to master them all. However endless the Buddha's way is, I vow to follow it completely. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Tayata gate gate parasam gate bodhi soha. Tayata gate parasam gate bodhi soha. Tayata gate parasam gate bodhi soha. So now let's get comfortable to initially practice releasing the tension from the body and the mind, by focusing on releasing the tension within your body. So gently close your eyes, your lips gently touching The tongue resting gently just above your top teeth, on your upper palate in your mouth. Nice, calm position, not rigid, not slouching. And bring your mind inside your body. And release the tension all the way from the tips of your toes, up your legs, up your upper torso to your shoulders, down to the tips of your fingers, and then back up to the top of your head. So let's take a few moments to do this. And just after you've finished doing that, just scan your body again, just to see if you've left some tension that you can release. And now bring your focus to placing the mind on the feeling of the breath as you breathe in and out of your nose, breathing in all the way into your lungs, and then back out your nose again. As I say always, that's all we have to do right now. What you did in the past, even a few moments ago, even the chanting, let it all go right now. It's in the past. Bring your mind to the present moment. And do your best not to be planning for the future. Remember, the future never comes. But when we arrive at what we think is the future, it's now the present. Breathing in, breathing out. If you're so inclined, you can also use the extra technique of counting the breaths. An in-breath and an out-breath is one, so on and so forth. Up to 10. Don't count past 10, because we don't want the counting to be the focus. The object of the meditation is the breath. If your mind becomes distracted while you're counting on the way to 10, stop there and go back to 1. If thoughts arise, or any mental activity arises, don't cling to it. Don't grasp at it. Don't try to forcefully push it away or deny it. Let it go naturally by refocusing on the breath, replacing your mind back on the breath. And if your mind starts to become dull or sleepy, replace your mind back onto the breath more brightly. So refocus more brightly on the breath. And the practice of meditation is just this process of refocusing on the breath. The more we practice, the more consistently we practice, the better we get at it, the less distractions we have. So now let's practice like this in silence for a few minutes. Try your best to keep your body still. This will help you keep your mind still. So now you can feel very pleased with yourself for engaging in this short session. And now we will switch meditations to Metta Bhavana, or loving kindness meditation. Fill yourself with universal loving kindness. If you want to use visualization, this can be in the form of white light or white nectar. Or if not, just the feeling of loving kindness, friendliness, harmlessness, non-violence, honesty, acceptance, forgiveness. Really have that feeling that you're full of loving kindness now. So much so that it now overflows and radiates outwards, initially to your loved ones, family and friends. And fills them with loving kindness as well. In your mind, you can see them as being happy, free from all of their worries and suffering and illness even. See them being very peaceful. Gradually further and further now extend the loving kindness to those we regard as strangers. We may know them a little or not at all. Perceive them too as being happy, free from their worries, free from illness, peaceful. And now also include those you may regard as enemies. Those people that you find irritating, just can't get on with. Perceive them too as being happy, free from sufferings and peaceful. So all of these types of people that we perceive in our own mind actually, but also exist on the outside. May they all be happy, may they all be free from suffering, and may they be peaceful. Extend further and further now to include all of those beings around your immediate area. The ones that live on the land, under the land even, in the waters, in the air. Gradually further and further, with increased momentum, your loving kindness radiates now to include all the beings throughout your state or county. And other states and counties throughout your whole country. And other countries throughout the whole world. Those you know about, those you don't know about, and those maybe you even have some, for whatever reason, some negative feelings towards. Once again, this is all perceived in your own mind. So let go of any bias. Extend your loving kindness throughout this whole planet. And other planets throughout the whole solar system. And other solar systems throughout the whole galaxy, and other galaxies throughout the whole universe. And all of the different realms of existence, and realms within the realms. May all of these beings be happy, free from suffering, and be peaceful. In the heavens, the jealous God heavens, the human realm, the animal realm, the hungry ghost realm, and the hell realms. May all the beings be free from suffering, be happy and peaceful. Extend your loving kindness throughout infinite space. And also present here and now to recite the dedication prayer. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of the Buddha, so that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious bodhicitta not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. And may the precious view of shunyata not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. And like I mentioned before, if we continue, I will continue answering the questions related to the law of karma. Questions that have come in over time. There's probably been related to this, maybe 30 or 40 of them. And I've kind of compressed them into these 3 classes on this. And so I hope that for those of you who asked about this subject, hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, or if you want more detail, more elaboration, then please shoot me a text or email and I will do so. Up to you, okay? So I thought that I've covered most of it without actually going into every single specific question and answering the specific question. I kind of grouped them all together and hopefully that covers it. And so today we'll talk about the 3 realms, the 6 realms, a little bit more on rebirth and also conscious continuum. So we talk about in the realms of existence, the predominant causes, the good ones, as well as the negative ones, okay? And so let's, first of all, as mentioned last week, when we talk about the 3 realms, okay, what we're talking about are the realms, the desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm. I'm not going to go into much detail on this because I will spend a bit more time on the 6 realms. Okay, so when you talk about the 6 realms, you're talking about the heavenly realms. You are talking about the Asura or jealous God realm, the human realm, animal realm, the hungry ghost realm, and the hell realms. Okay, and of course there's realms within these realms as well. So when we talk about the 3 realms, the first one, desire realm, relates to the 6 realms as well as the desire heavens. Then also you can subdivide the heavens into the, as mentioned, the desire heavens, the form heavens, and the formless heavens. So that's when we're talking about the 3 realms, that's what we're doing. But the desire realm, out of the 3 realms, has all the other realms in there, plus the desire heavens. And then it goes on to subdivide, you could say, the heavens, because they're very different types of heavens. Okay, the desire heavens are just that. There's still desires within these heavens. The beings within these heavens obviously have much better conditions than human beings from a living standard point of view, but also maybe more powers and all the results of their good karma and special karmas that they have created through maybe many lifetimes. But then you go on to the form heavens, and these are the results of attaining the jhanas or the mental absorptions. So these heavens, you attain this level of heavens when you attain the jhanas. So you go through the jhanas, and you can say you attain these heavens, whether this be at that moment as you enter the jhana, but also for rebirth into these heavens. Okay, so I won't go into any more detail than that. We have actually covered the subject of the jhanas and the formless absorptions as well, which I'll mention in a moment, maybe last year around about January, February. And so you can have a look at the YouTube channel to understand more the details about these jhanas or mental absorptions, and of course the formless absorptions as well. So then, of course, the formless heavens are corresponding to the absorptions within the formless absorptions, okay? Once again, I won't give detail on that today because I want to cover the other ones. So I just wanted to mention that because it's, I remember decades ago, I looked at that. Oh, hang on a minute. You said there's 6 realms. Now there's 3 realms. Don't get confused about these different enumerations because they're different details. As mentioned to you, the formless realm are the formless heavens, corresponding to the formless absorptions. If you want more detail, view those previous classes or do some more Googling or shoot me some questions and I can be more detailed. And I'm very happy to spend a few classes on these again, if need be. Then, of course, you have the form realm, and this corresponds to the form heavens, or the heavens that correspond to the attainment of the jhanas or mental absorptions. So you could say these formless and the form, loosely you could say these are the result of meditation practice. Okay, so that's how you attain these different heavens. From a Buddhist perspective, we don't want to attain the formless, even though they're higher up, you could say, in a certain sense, but we don't want the formless, really long life. And maybe you could say from a human perspective that even there's such long lives in mental bliss or in meditative bliss, you lose track of attaining enlightenment. Whereas the form heavens are different. You know, you're practicing to purify the mind through the different mental absorptions or levels of jhanas. And then you can still, based on bodhicitta, based on refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, of course, and then bodhicitta, then you are still practicing towards the enlightenment of a Buddha, realizing your true nature. And so that'll do for that. And then mentioned that the many different desire heavens are also mentioned in the 3 realms, being the desire realm, the formless realm, or the form realm, and the formless realm. So now let's go on to the 6 realms. If we work our way from the heavens, we have the heavens, we have the jealous God heavens, and then we have the human realm. These are known as the higher realms. Okay, because they are higher realms because predominantly we're experiencing some happiness, and we actually have the opportunity still to attain the enlightenment by living in these realms of existence. Okay, that's very loose and like an overview in a sense without detail. Then you have the lower realms, and that is the animal realm, the hungry ghost realm, or preta, and the hell realms. They are called the lower realms because they are predominantly, you are experiencing the results of the negative karma, predominantly. And very difficult to practice Dharma, isn't it, when you're experiencing all of these negativities? Hell realms, for instance, constant suffering, the only relief from suffering in the different, because of many different types of hell realms, depending upon the results of the karma, and then, of course, the results. So can you imagine the only relief that you get is when you experience, maybe you're killed in that hell realm, and then just for a moment before you're again born in that hell realm, over and over and over, just that little moment, the kind of conscious relief of being reborn, in a sense, okay? So born through transformation, constantly, depending upon the negative karma. Now, the heavens, let's go to there, like I mentioned. The heavens, the main cause of being born in the heavens, without going into specific heavens within the desire realm, for instance, I mentioned already the form and the formless heavens being the result of meditation practice. But the main good reason, good karma, is engaging in good deeds of the body, speech, and mind. So engaging in the 10 virtues. The 10 virtues of, obviously, not killing and protecting life and nurturing life, saving life. The virtue of, first of all, abstaining from taking what is not freely given, and then being generous and giving. The virtue of, if you are engaging in sensual activity, to only engage in sensual activity based on good intentions, with good reason, not negative, not misconduct. These relate to the body. And then, of course, the speech, avoiding lying and telling the truth, avoiding slandering or divisive speech, and speaking to unite people, avoiding and using harsh language, instead using sweet language and skillful language to communicate, avoiding gossiping and speaking meaninglessly, and engaging in meaningful speech when we're communicating with others. So this obviously, these four relate to the speech. And then, of course, we avoid engaging in actions of the mind that are desirous. So we avoid the desirous mind, and avoid harmful intentions in the mind, ill will. And covetous mind is another way to put desirous mind. And obviously avoid a mind that is based on wrong views. Instead, have a mind that is open and generous and giving. Have a mind that has good intentions, goodwill, friendship, interconnectedness, and a mind that has the right view of reality. Even though we don't have perfect wisdom yet, but we work our way with that, you know, having some sort of understanding of impermanence, of suffering, of the no-self, Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path, as mentioned many times, and have an understanding of the law of karma as much as we can. So the good reason for being reborn in these desire heavens is practicing the 10 virtues of body, speech, and mind. Now, the negative reason, the bad reason, is pride. Remember, the heavens are not eternal like some other traditions say. We attain the birth or rebirth in the heaven or heavens due to our good karma mainly, but also we still are not free from pride. We are not enlightened, obviously. Now, the beings in these heavens, it is said that they could lose way because they are experiencing the results of their good karma. They're experiencing the bliss, this wonderful, this is really great. Everything they have, everything they need, everything they want, they have it right there. So maybe they become complacent and don't continue to practice the virtues that got them there in the first place. And especially even on the Dharma, say the Dharma practitioners that achieve this heavenly birth, they must continue to practice Dharma in these heavens. But there's a great chance they will become complacent. And then once, after a very long life, once all of the good karma has been exhausted, then whatever negative karmas they still have then will start to ripen. The life will come to an end. And then they will be reborn lower again. So once again, not eternal, is it? All based on the law of karma. So pride, think about that. Imagine being reborn in the heaven and thinking you're so much more powerful than the other heavens, or maybe more powerful than the jealous gods, which you are. But you know, that's pride. Pride, remember, leads to arrogance very quickly. Even leads to the jealousies and the unhealthy competitiveness, as mentioned many times. Then we leave that there. Then, of course, you have the jealous gods, the asuras. They're like the enemies of the celestial gods in the desire realm. Imagine being reborn in heaven like that and thinking that you're, higher up in the heavens, and then realizing, I'm putting this kind of loosely with a little bit of humor, okay, but then realizing, all of a sudden realizing, hang on a minute, there's higher ones than me, more powerful than me. That would give rise to jealousy, wouldn't it? Still, being born in these heavens, there's some goodness. The good karma is you're realizing the results of the good karma as well, with all these powers that you may have compared to, say, human beings. But you have intense jealousy and envy for the celestial gods. So the negative emotion that causes beings to be reborn as an Asura in the Asura realm, or jealous God realm, is jealousy and envy, not free from this. Now, of course, with jealousy and envy, just say from a human perspective, you can see that it's a very destructive emotion, isn't it? If you just think about the times in your life where you've been jealous or envious, quite often it leads to very bad actions, or at least your mind being quite disturbed. Then, of course, you have the human realm. The main, of course, once again, to be born as a human is very rare, actually, especially being born with contact to the Dharma, even more rare. And then practicing the Dharma properly, even more rare. But as a human being, it is said, the Buddha actually gave an example. I can't remember the name of the sutta, but something like this, that imagine the whole ocean of this planet. Lots of water, isn't there? And now imagine a turtle that lives, a long life turtle, or tortoise maybe. And every 100 years, they come up for air. Now, also randomly, they come up anywhere. There's no specific spot they come up for air. Now, imagine a hoop floating randomly on the oceans. So being born as a human is as rare as that turtle or tortoise coming up and coming up through the hoop. That's how rare it is to be as a human being. Now, whether you take that literally or whether you can take it as encouragement to utilize this precious human life, know how rare it is so we don't waste it on just worldly concerns, that we actually put Dharma into practice and work to improve ourselves more and more and more. So obviously good karma, creating the good conditions of being a human being, the virtues similar to the heavens, but not as good. But the negative emotion that is the cause of being born as a human is desires, where we have very strong desires. Desire for food, for sleep, for sex, for fame, for fortune. They're the 5 strongest desires that we have. So we should work our way as human beings to try to release ourselves from having these desires. Doesn't mean you don't have the things and enjoy the things. For instance, food. Yeah, fine. Have good food, but try your best not to be attached to that and always desire it. So that'll do for the human realm. Now for the hungry ghost realm, the negative emotion that is the main cause, the predominant cause for being reborn in this realm is greed and miserliness. I think you can understand. They don't have, in the hungry ghosts, it is said that they never are satisfied. They're always hungry for something, and that could be food, it could be anything, but they never achieve it. They never get it, but they have these strong, strong, strong desires that never get fulfilled. And they have quite long lifetimes compared to us, apparently. So a lot of suffering in these realms. And once again, is a result of miserliness and greed. You know, and say as a human being, you have a lot of money, but you just keep it for yourself. You don't share it with others that need it. The result of this karma will result eventually, unless purified, in this hungry ghost realm. And the hell realms, the main reason that beings are born in the hell realms, or the main predominant negative emotion, or emotions, you could say, is anger and hatred. Now, if we base our actions of body, speech, and mind on these emotions, these mental afflictions, then quite often we follow through, with the actions, and it becomes more of a habit to do so. The more we do that, the more we reinforce the habit to do so, and it could result in these rebirths, very unfortunate rebirths. And so I think maybe I will continue a little bit on next week. I'm not sure of what the other things I will talk about yet. I will have a look at some of the questions, because there's 2 things that I didn't mention, but now I know we're under a minute. And maybe I'll elaborate a little bit more on the 6 realms there as well. I don't want to rush it, and I didn't want to rush it then when I saw the minutes counting down. But just take some of this information, chew on it, maybe do your own research, and once again question me, and I will answer the questions either privately if you like, or with the group as well on Zoom. So I rejoice in your goodness as always. I rejoice in your Dharma practice. Please take very good care, study well, practice well. Share the Dharma well, share your meritorious goodness. Give up worry.